we've been talking about on this show as well, and I do believe with you before as well, is that, in the same way that Terry Bradshaw said that, that Rodgers shouldn't pay attention to somebody drafted in the first round, similar to the fact he didn't get fazed by Mark Malone being drafted in the 1980 first round draft. It's totally apples and oranges because there was no monetary construct attached to Mark Malone's first contract in the NFL, like the one that is with Jordan Love, that requires getting the player on the field to see if a second contract is worth it, and certainly if a fifth-year option is worth it. You need to see time, and we're seeing Daniel Jones, year 3 for him, they still don't have an answer. We saw Sam Darnold shipped off to Carolina. You still don't have an answer. Now it's Carolina trying to find an answer on Sam Darnold. 1 year went by with Jordan Love not even dressing, so damn straight Rodgers threw a wrench in it with an MVP campaign. Don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Now, I don't know that they would have had the nerve to
just go ahead and pull the
trigger.
Ahead
and do it. But I know Sims is, I think, the president of the Aaron Rodgers fan club, and I know last year, based on 2019, he was pointing out that Rodgers seemed to be slipping a little bit, but was still great. And, they're trying to do the Bill Belichick thing. They're trying to get ahead of the curve, make the decision a year early instead of a year late. I just think they outsmarted themselves with this one.
Totally.
And they've really painted themselves into a corner, and I don't know how they get out of it. And I really do think that deep down, if Mark Murphy were attached to a lie detector, I think his preference would be Rodgers doesn't show up, the fan base turns on him, we get $35 million back that we can reinvest, we find out what Jordan Love has. We don't have to worry about Aaron Rodgers going somewhere else this year and winning the Super Bowl, and we trade him in March. I really do believe, Rich, if they trade him now, they're getting less than what they would get if they trade him in March, because you're going to have 10 teams at the table in March. Now you got the Broncos and maybe the Raiders. And you're getting 2022 draft picks anyway, whether it's now or March. I would just wait till then and try to make it like Peyton Manning 2.0, where they're lining up out the door for a crack at Aaron Rodgers.
So let's just game this out before I let you go, Mike. Rodgers is smart enough to know when he's being managed or gamed or outfoxed. What would his move with David Dunn be, if that's what the move that the Packers are planning to say? What would his move be if he moves his Queen's Gambit piece to this part of the chessboard and the Packers respond as you just did? What's Rodgers' response? Just to sit at home and hope that Jeopardy calls him in the meantime? I mean, like, seriously, what would be his maneuver to get out of that and get to a spot and win this year for another team?
I'm envisioning Rodgers in Hawaii after consuming one or more legal substances or otherwise, and looking up and seeing the chess pieces upside down moving around in front of him. But
correct.
I think that at the end of the day, he's showing up. And I think it's going to be one of the most awkward, compelling storylines we've ever witnessed, because it's going to be every week, every press conference, every practice. We've said on PFT Live that if Brian Gutekunst is going to go in the vicinity of the practice field, wear 2 cups and a helmet, maybe 2, and because he betrayed his feelings 2 weeks ago with Kenny Mayne on this. I love my teammates. I love my coaches. I love the fans. Okay, fine. Then you're going to be there. You got a problem with the boss. Who doesn't have a problem with the boss at some level? We all got a problem with the boss at some level. Not us, though, Rich.
That's right.
But so what? So what? You deal with it and you move forward, just like Russell Wilson is in Seattle.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.